What's going on, everybody? This is your boy TSwandol, checking in with everybody, seeing how everybody's doing. Hope everyone had a very happy New Year. This is the first vendor reset of 2018. It feels weird saying 2018. The years are flying by, man. I'm serious. They are flying by. I can't even believe how fast it's been going. Kind of took a week off this week from doing any streaming. Been a busy week at work, and I've been under the weather again. I hate this time of year. I absolutely hate cold weather. I can't stand it. And it's funny how I'm addicted to a game that is based in an engine called the Snowdrop engine, where it's always snowing, it's always winter. But seriously, I've lived down in Florida. I do not deal with cold weather whatsoever. I hate it. I can't stand it. If it drops below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, I start whining and crying. And we've got this winter cyclone crap that they keep saying is going along the East Coast, which has brought me up here, or down here, I guess you could say. We've been having temperatures down around like 25, 28 degrees, which is miserably cold. Absolutely miserably cold. I hate it. My whole body hurts in the morning when I wake up. It's freezing cold. I got my heater blaring right now in the house, and then I even went and bought me a little cool-ass little space heater that I got right next to my feet, just blowing on me. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm a sunburn F-head. I like it hot. Yeah. When you get sunburnt and you're tan and your skin is like tan like leather, like rough like leather from the sun, any amount of cold just freaking kills you, and it does to me, man. It sucks. I've waited for the bus in 4 degrees weather. Get over it. All right, well, it looks like we're going to have our first ban of 2018 coming up. Yeah, that's my boy. Another one. Waited about 10 minutes. Well, I'm glad for you. When I went to New York City in 2000 and, let's see, when did I go? Went from 2002 all the way to 2009 every year. The last time I went, 2009, they had like this freaking coldest blizzard, whatever you want to call it, they had in like 20 years, man, and with the wind chill, it was like 25 below zero, and I took a shower, and then I went walking to the subway station, and I shit you not, my hair freaking froze, man. It was crazy, dude. Like, I couldn't stand it, man. It was like cutting through every layer of clothes I had on. It was just killing me. So yeah, I mean, if you like cold weather, that's cool. That's just not my thing. See what we got in this scavenger bin. Nothing. Something to deconstruct. Alright, so we are literally 50 seconds away from the first vendor reset of 2018. You like that? I don't even look at the stuff I get anymore. I just deconstruct, do something different. I'm going to start over here at this one today. I haven't even looked at her lately. Watch her have a weapon skin I don't have. Nope. Anyway, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll have something good this week. I'm not going to get my hopes up because this game, when it comes to vendor resets, RNG, whatever you want to call it, has let me down numerous times. It seems to do it quite often. Yes, it does. Still, it's a game I love. I can't get away from it. I keep playing it. Even though I'm going to admit, I did go out last week and I bought Call of Duty World War II, which I've never been good at first-person shooter games on a console, but I'm actually enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And then I also got Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Put it in last night, played for about an hour, and absolutely loved it. And so I might do some footage of that down the road. I don't know. This is a Division channel that I do. I do the Division. And then on top of that, I did go out and get me a PS4 camera. So tomorrow on my day off, I'm going to set it up and hopefully start doing live broadcast with the face reveal. Of course, nobody probably wants to see my ugly mug, so I might do a face reveal, and then from then on out, just put it on like my cat or something like that, or my cool-ass Dark Zone Agent Division toy thing that I got for $200, $185, which is badass. It's badass. Anyway, let's get this thing started here. Yes, casual jacket, red. Why not? Got money to blow. Got money to blow. Go check the Dark Zone vendor out here. Being that we can now get classified gear in Dark Zone crates, I have blown through all 100 and something Dark Zone keys I had, opening them all. So what I started doing, and it's awesome, is, as you can see, I have 7.2 million Dark Zone funds, and I mean, holy shit. I was about to say there's never anything good. Okay, so I'm good. There's usually never anything good at these dark zone vendors. I wish they would change that. I wish the dark zone vendors always had the best gear. And to be honest with you, now that, or wait till after, maybe the month after the next global event happens, after global event 4. Wait a month after that, and then I would like to see the dark zone vendors inside the dark zone in the safe rooms. I would like to see it rotate, like one dark zone vendor a week or something, and it'll be a randomly generated one in the dark zone. Will sell like a classified item or something a week, or something like that. I would like to see that because that would that might help bring players that do stay out of the dark zone. Maybe help. It might bring them in if they knew that, hey, there was a classified gear set item you can go buy in the DZ, but you had to go get it, and then you also had to play the DZ to get your dark zone funds up to be able to afford that piece. So maybe just an idea. I'll pitch it. Doubt it'll do anything. But anyway, we're going to start this off right now. I'm going to start here in the base of operations. I hit the base of operations. I'm going to go down to the terminal. Go from the terminal to Camp Clinton because they have the same items. At Camp Clinton, it's just have different roles on them. And then after that, I'll start going through the light zone, and then I'll move my way into the dark zone checkpoints. We'll go through them. Vendor reset's been really it's been really good lately. I've been enjoying it. Everybody's been giving me good feedback, so that's what we're going to do. If you got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. But let's get this thing started. So we got the dark zone vendor here in the base of operations. First thing I see right off the bat was a lightweight M4 with 22% enemy armor damage. It's got capable, commanding, and dominant. It's actually not bad, to be honest with you. You could put something like Determined in the top slot, and you have a really good tac link gun. In fact, this is very similar to the one that I used to use with my tactician build when I used to farm Lexington when I was looking for the urban MDR or whatnot. But you can pretty much, if you put Determined in that top slot, and you have your tac link or whatever. Tac link's the best one to run, but it is so easy to just tear through that level. When I'm in a group of 4 doing Lexington, I could pop my tac link I think 3 times during the one mission. If I do it solo, I can literally pop it like 4 or 5 times. It's just that fast. Like with Dominant and Determined together, I usually get my tac link back before the 1 minute cooldown has even happened between being able to use it again. So alright, next we got a rapid chest piece. Nothing really good there. Stamina mod, very nice right here. In fact, this is a 261 stamina mod with 1% crit chance. These are really popular right now, especially with like the Predator Mark builds and things of that nature. Let me make this stand. 261. 1%. Base. Alright. Next, we got a quick release magazine. Alright. So anyway, what I was saying a few minutes ago, now that the dark zone crates that you gotta have the dark zone keys for, now they have a chance to drop classifieds, and I've actually got a ton of classified gear out of them, and I burned through like all of my dark zone keys. I had like 150 of them saved up at the time, and I just went, like, I was just going and opening every one of them, and I got a ton of classifieds out of it. But anyway, I got 7.2 million DZ funds. Not as many as some people, but I never spend it. There's never anything good. Now with the consumable caches, I'll go in there, I'll buy a bunch of those for the dark zone keys mainly whenever I do run out, or you can always just go farm rogues or manhunts, and you get a ton of them that way if they have them. So anyway, let's go over here to the weapons vendor, see what we got. I'm going to go past the purple ones. Hey, look, we got a MP7 low on the crit chance with 19% crit hit damage. It's got Determined, Brutal, and Skilled. Not really the best for an MP7 if you're looking to do a DPS, kind of like shred 'em build, but if you're looking for a SMG to go along with a skill build, maybe with the lightweight M4 they just had, this could be a good secondary weapon. We're going to come down with the compensator here if you're looking for a muzzle that give you a little bit of stability. Push it over here next to the gear vendor. Rolling with the nimble holster, which haven't seen many people use anymore with all the classified sets. Not too bad. Low on the stamina, very low on the firearms. You'd have to re-roll that. Got crit chance on it, which crit chance is actually really popular nowadays on the on all the builds that everyone has. We got the electronics damage to elite one, plus damage to elites, and that's in the gear. If you're looking to build a Lone Star, any kind of PvE farming build, when you want to get them damage to elites, it's kind of low on the electronics roll. But if you don't have any, you might want to pick a few up. 3% damage to elites. I think 4% is the max. I've got a couple stamina and firearm ones, so I might pick this one up right here. But definitely something to grab if you don't have any and you're trying to build that PvE build. You want to go through Incursions, or maybe go through some legendary solo. You want to try your luck at them. Definitely might want to check that out. All right, nothing too great there. Let's go to special equipments vendor. And if y'all have any questions or comments or anything you want to do, feel free to put them in, and I'll answer them. If there's any questions on any gear here that you see, let me know, and I'll buy it up and test it out. I'll take it down in the shooting range, or I'll take it out in the DZ or something and see how it goes. All right here we got an MP5 ST. Again, another really low on the crit chance of 19%, with ferocious, unforgiving, and talented. Good, it's got potential to be a decent PvE one. Not too bad PvP either. You can put deadly up there where ferocious is. Of course, you want to optimize it to get your crit chance up, but it's something to look at if you're needing an MP5. If you're running a striker and you want to get those stacks up real high, we got a tactical SASG, 323 on the stagger. Vicious, self-preserved, and meticulous. To be honest with you, don't overlook this. Not that bad. Vicious. It's really not bad to have. You want that shotgun to hit hard. I actually run Vicious on mine. I'll show you in just a minute. Self-preserve, I'd roll away for something else. Meticulous is really a nice talent to have when it comes to LMGs and shotguns, any of the ones that have the long reload speed. I got a friend of mine who doesn't have a classified Lone Star set, and he got a big Alejandro, and it had, I think, Adept and Meticulous on it. He asked me what should he roll Meticulous away for, and I told him, I said, to be honest with you, I would roll Adept away, keep Meticulous, since you don't have that Lone Star where you automatically reload. He let me know back. He said that was an amazing piece of information I gave him, and he loves that big Alejandro. What's going on, my man? Ultion, I don't know. I hope I pronounced that right. If not, don't get mad at me. Got a Hunting M44, 163 on the headshot damage. Man, they got a ton of them with skilled already today. It's like 3 or 4 guns I've seen with skilled on it. But it's got skilled, proficient, and commanding. Definitely not the ones you want for a sniper. Well, not commanding at least. You can put brutal in it. You have skill, proficient, and brutal wouldn't be that bad if you're looking for a Hunting M44. There you go. Gonna keep going down here. Rugged Mini Reflex. Actually, this is a really, really good rugged mini sight. 7.5 crit chance, 4% crit damage, 6% crit or headshot damage. I want to say it is very close to being max. I think 8% crit chance is the max on that. So this is about as good as it's going to get. If you don't have any of the rugged mini sights, I would highly recommend picking up a couple of these to throw on. You can put it on anything: assault rifles, most SMGs it'll fit, LMGs. I mean, this is just a great sight for all your weapons. Gives you that crit chance. Definitely a must-have right now in this meta, with so much emphasis being on stamina instead of electronics that we had 1.7 and before. Alright, I'm going to run down here to the terminal. I'm going to hit the terminal vendor here. What's the best assault rifle in the game? That's personal preference. I personally love the lightweight M4 variant of guns, the lightweight, the Elvo Police M4, and then the Liberator. That's my favorite. I like the rate of fire. I like the way it handles. I've got used to it. I'm really good at being able to control them now. A lot of people prefer that one. I've got a friend who loves AKs. That is his main weapon. I used to use AKs for the longest time. If you're not big on assault rifles, or you're just getting into the assault rifle thing, and you try a lightweight M4 or LVO out and it doesn't have the control you like because of the high rate of fire, you might want to try with the AK-47 and kind of get the hang of it there, and then you can always go to the higher RPM guns, or put some stability mods on it or something. So. Alright, so the special equipment vendor here, we've got a Pecan, 19% damage to targets out of cover. Here we go, another one with skilled and dominant. Man, everything's got skilled and dominant on it so far tonight. Skilled, dominant, and then Pecan at the bottom. So if you're looking for a Pecan, you don't have one, there you go. The Centurion has got expert and brutal. Cassidy's with the 290.5 stagger, and we've got Meticulous and Talented along with the boomstick. Actually, not that bad right there. Yeah, Isaac's got it right down the Elvo C or the lightweight M4. How do you get a lot of Phoenix credits? You want to get a lot of Phoenix credits real fast, you can do Incursions. The quickest way, I mean, really, if you just want to get a ton of Phoenix credits, just go matchmake for Lexington Event Center on Challenging. You get 80 Phoenix credits for every round, and you can do it in about 5 minutes with a good group. Or Clear Sky. Clear Sky, I think it'll give you like 250, 300 or something. But you got to get a really good group to be able to get down to that 5-minute time, you know, the range on doing that. So all right, let me move on here. So anyway, with the Cassidy here, it's got Meticulous and Talented along with the boomstick. This could actually be really good if you're trying to run, if you want to run a shotgun build without doing the Lone Star. You know, a lot of people like to do the double Cassidy Lone Star. This could actually work out with Meticulous. You have a 25% chance of it automatically reloading, so you can double tap, get that boomstick, and get lucky and maybe get it back to back. And if you hit somebody with boomstick back to back real quick like that, I guarantee you're going to take just about anybody out in the game, unless they're running 9,000 stamina, which, you know, nobody does, right? Alright, the Liberator this week has got really low enemy armor damage of 19%. Of course, that can always be optimized for a higher. But it's got Responsive, Talented, and Focused. Not the best 3 in the world, I wouldn't think. I'm not a big fan of Focused. We got the Historian here with 169 headshot damage, very high. In fact, last week the Historian was, in my opinion, the buy of the week. So this one we got 169 headshot damage, and this is coming with Ferocious, Accurate, and History repeats. So you might want to roll away Ferocious if you're looking for you know, a PvP or something build, and then maybe Accurate if you're looking for a PvE build. Hold on, come on down here until we see anything good. I love this weapon right here. First wave M1A, really low headshot damage of 148 with Deadly, Skilled, and Toxic. Go down to RPK. Refresh Mask with enemy armor damage. Love the Refresh Mask. Alpha Bridge. Anybody looking for Alpha Bridge right there? Can't wait till Alpha Bridge comes out. It's a fun solo build to run the Classified coming up soon. Technical Backpack, Striker Pack. Lone Star. It's so weird looking through all these now with all the Classified sets out. It's kind of like, most of the stuff now, when I get it, I just deconstruct it immediately. Here we go. Here's a decent Tactician knee pads if you looking to build a Tactician build before the next global event comes out. Some decent knee pads with good electronics roll. It's got health on it. You can keep the health, or you can go skill power if you want to go with that all skill build like I like to do. I have a one-shot sticky bomb with my Tactician. That's a blast to use. Recovered, Tactical Holster, Nomad, Hunter's Faith, Firecrest, Banshee Holster, Cunning Gloves, D3 gloves, Stamina mod with crit chance. Here's another one. I wouldn't recommend getting this one, 251, mainly because it costs Phoenix credits. If you go up in the base of operations, the Dark Zone vendor there has a stamina mod, 261 stamina, 1% critical hit chance. So I would definitely go check that one out if you have the DZ funds. If not, and you want to get rid of some Phoenix credits, then you can buy some of these. And then we got a 4% sticky bomb damage mod if you're looking to build that one-shot sticky bomb that people like to run. And another rugged mini reflex sight here, 7.5 crit chance, 4.5 optimal range, 5.5 headshot damage. Again, wouldn't mess with this one in the base of operations. I think it's the advanced weapon vendor, whatnot. They're by the gun range. There is a God-rolled rugged mini flex sight. So go check that one out, and that one just costs regular game credits. Alright, let's see if we got any blueprints worth a damn tonight. And it looks like no. I don't even know what they are, because I guess I have them all except the small laser pointer here. But we can now go through these ones, because if you're trying to build any skill builds or things like that, you might need a lower level weapon. We got a SRS A1 blueprint, 229. The P416 blueprint. Tell you what, the custom P416 assault rifle is like one of the coolest looking assault rifles in the game. It's got a nice rate of fire, 760. It's got good damage. That's another, that's an assault rifle that you might want to check out too if you're not happy with the lightweights, or you don't feel very comfortable using them with the high RPM. Check out the AK or the P416s. They're really good weapons. Alright, let's go down to 204s. Tactical AUG. If you need that AUG for a skill build and you can't unlock any of the talents, there you go. And also remember, like if you buy an AUG blueprint right here, 204, if you craft it and get the talents you want on it and you take it into skirmish or last stand, everything is normalized, so you'll get an AUG that is going to be gear score 256 or higher. And you'll have those talents on it, so it's always something to look at. Plus, it's a lot cheaper to buy the lower gear score blueprints than it is the higher ones. So, alright, so that's it for the terminal. I'm going to go over to Camp Clinton because they have the same weapons as the special equipment vendor does. They have different roles on them. So I'll go check them out, and then from there I'm going to go up to Times Square and start working my way through the map. Go all the way through the light zone, and then I'll start up at the Park Avenue DZ vendor. I'll probably start up at the DZ09 East, and I'll work my way along through them. I cover all the light zone and DC checkpoints. I don't do the safe houses in the video just because of the time it would take to run to each one of them. And so that's just something you can, if there's anything really, really good in those, I'll come back and I'll put them in the description later. But for right now, I'm just doing these. Alright, special equipment vendor in Camp Clinton. It's going to start off with a Liberator with a gear score 272. It's got a decent 22% enemy armor damage. And this rolling with Determined, Accurate, and Adept. Adept is not as strong as it was before, being that you can't stack it 5 times. You can only use it once. But it refreshes each time you use a skill, so you know it's an extra 7.5 crit chance every time you pop a skill. Accurate is really not that bad on this gun. I love the lightweight M4 Elvo. I like the M4 variants of all the assault rifles, but in my honest opinion, the Liberator is like one of the most unstable ones. The lightweight M4 has a very, very, like, when you shoot it, it's laser accurate. It just kind of goes up a little bit. And the Elvo is about the same way. It's a little bit harder to control. The Police M4 is kind of like Liberator here. It's a pain in the ass. It has this weird pattern where it kind of shoots in a little round circle area. So anyway, Accurate is really not a bad one for the Liberator, in my opinion. Check it out. It's a fun gun. I wish they would make the exotics. I really wish that the exotic, the lowest level exotic, would still be better than the highest rolled of the non-exotic, the actual gunner. That I hate the fact that there's so many exotics here that are not as good as their unnamed counterparts. Alright, the Pecan here is with 22% damage to targets out of cover. It's got Talented, Competent, and then of course Pecan on it. Cassidy sitting with 337.5 stagger. And we got the talents of Deadly, Dominant, and then of course Boomstick. Not a bad one. This would be a good one to, have the Meticulous there, Meticulous and Deadly. Centurion has Expert, of course, and Sustain. Historians, 147 headshot damage, very low, with Trained and Predatory on it. Got an AUG A3 Para XS, 18.5 crit chance, extremely low, with Skilled, Hurried, and Commanding. The SOCOM Scar L, it's a decent assault rifle, another one you can look at. It's the same kind as the Caduceus. It's got 19 or 18% enemy armor damage, very low, with Destructive, Focused, and Capable. All you shotgunners out there, we got a Tactical Super 90, 314 on the stagger, with Self-Preserved, Competent, and Meticulous. Model 700, decent headshot damage, 163, with Deadly, Harmful, and Elevated. Elevated is extremely good talent, it really is. Harmful is not too bad. You put that bleed on him, maybe slow him down a little bit. Deadly, you can never go wrong with more crit damage. Got a custom L86 with 22% damage to targets out of cover. Unforgiven, Talented, and Skilled. And as far as our gear set pieces and high-end pieces, not too many to really look at, like I've said numerous times with our classifieds out. But, if you need a certain piece to create a build or maybe have a hybrid with the Ninja Bike, they are definitely here to check out. Got a 250 firearms with 3% signature ability resource gain. I have never used those and probably never will. 7% ballistic shield health if you're looking for that D3 build. Of course, I don't know that I would use the ballistic shield health. I like to put ballistic shield damage mods on. It just increases the damage to my weapon. Alright, got an Omega rifle suppressor with 18% crit, headshot damage, 4% crit damage, 2% accuracy. and a hollow sight with crit chance, optimal range, and headshot damage. That's going to wrap us up here in the Camp Clinton. Let's go up to Times Square and see what we got. Hope everyone had a happy new year. We got double rewards this week from earn bonus from the named bosses. So any boss you kill named boss, you're going to get extra reward drop from it. That's in the light zone and in the dark zone. If there's anything in the game, if there's any pieces, weapons, gear sets, classified, anything that you're looking for, feel free to comment in the comment section here. I do a new stream. It's a farming stream for PlayStation 4 where I go in the dark zone and I literally just go through and just start farming. And I live stream it, and if I get something classified or exotic and you need that piece, if you put down in the comment section that's what you need, I'll send you an invite. You can join me. I'll let an NPC kill me, drop it for you. We'll extract it out of there for you. I've done it a couple times. It's been very successful. And in fact, just last week, to be honest, on this very live vendor reset stream, I let it be known that I was looking, the only piece I needed was a classified nomad mask, and a person that was watching it told me, he's like, hey, I'm in the DZ right now and I just got one. He said, I'll wait in a checkpoint for you. When you get done with the vendor reset, I'll send you an invite, or you can join me and I'll get it to you. And he did, and I really appreciate it. Big shout out to Wise Assassin. Alright, we've got an electronics mod with shock resistance, 4.5 pulse duration. Got a firearms mod, 234 with 1% critical hit chance, really low on it, so I would pass on that if you're looking for those firearm crit chance mods. Alright, from here we're going to go over to Clinton, the Wolves Den. My goal during these also, the vendor reset, a majority of the time you got to wait a good couple hours after the vendor reset before people start putting their videos out, and you get a condensed video of what they deem to be the best items of the week. So what I want to do is I want to do a stream where you can kick back, you can play the game. You don't have to spend valuable time going to every one of these vendors and yourself and seeing. You can just pull up on a laptop, tablet, phone, the stream, and let me do that for you while you play your game. And then also, with a lot of people that do, the content creators that do this, you're just seeing what they deem to be the best items of the week. Whereas with me, I'm going to go to every vendor, and I'm going to at least scroll through every item. And if something, catches your eye, all you got to do is say something. I'll go back to it, and I'll go more in-depth in that piece. So, all right, we got a SOCOM M1A here. It's got 166 on the headshot damage with trained, vicious, and balanced. Down here we got the high velocity magazine, crit chance, reload speed, rate of fire. These really aren't that bad if you got an LMG. It brings up that rate of fire, gives you higher crit chance. The high velocity is not bad. And there's another one that's got, I can't remember which one it's called, but it's another really good one too for you. Use them for the LMGs. There's no point in having a huge extended magazine on one that you've already got 100 rounds in the thing. You want to try to get that rate of fire and the crit chance up as high as you can. So, alright, we're going to go ahead down to Hell's Kitchen, go to Dante's Run. Alright, let's see what we got here. Cunning Gloves. First 3 bullets in your magazine have a 5% higher chance to do a critical hit. I've never wore a pair of these, I'm not going to lie. Savage, I think, is the only high-end glove I have ever actually got in the game and actually worn. Alright, we got a superior mod of 206 with burn resistance. And a 239 firearms with exotic damage resilience. If you're trying to counter those pesky Predator's Mark classified builds out there. And I've actually been playing around with the Predator's Mark. I have a classified set, of course, just like I'm sure everybody else does, with 9K stamina, 4K firearms, and it is fun to run, but I don't know. You know, there's a lot of people thought that it was going to be this overpowered gear set that, you know, everybody is going to run and just take everybody out. But there's so many counters to it that is not as strong as people once thought. Now, it is strong. Don't get me wrong. It is a very strong set. Yes, Camp Hudson. 3% damage lead. Firearms. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Raisin Tommy. And then we also have in the base of operations, we have I think it's in the Dark Zone vendor. No, it's not. It's in the gear vendor. We have a 188 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites also. So appreciate that, Raisin Tommy, for putting that in there. Alright, let's go down. We've got a military MK46, 21% damage to targets out of cover with determined, vicious, and brutal. If you're looking for that LMG, the belt-fed ones, they're fun to use. Take a little time to get used to, but they are fun to use. And an Osprey 45 suppressor with accuracy, stability, and crit damage. If you got that assault rifle or something that just you're not quite comfortable shooting, you need a little bit more accuracy or stability on it, definitely check that out. Alright, let's cut on down. It's funny you said that. I'm going to Camp Hudson right now. So I'm sure we'll be seeing this firearms mod here in just a second. I wonder what they're going to do after the final global event comes out. Once all 14 gear sets are released in their classified versions, what are they going to do with the regular gear? I mean, it's going to become obsolete. There's not going to be anybody that's going to be running it. Alright, shotgunners, here we go. We got a custom M870 MCS with 338 stagger, with deadly, brutal, and adept. Russian red dot with accuracy, crit chance, and optimal range. Base of operations. Yeah, I actually had that on here too. That in the Dark Zone, in the base of operations, the Dark Zone vendor, the 261 stamina critical hit chance mod. Definitely worth picking up. I have quite a few of them. I think last week, I think it was Madison Stand last week, had the 266 stamina with 1% crit chance, and I bought a ton of them. Alright, we've got a pair of Cunning Gloves. After reloading, the next shot with this weapon has a 10% higher critical hit chance, and they have crit damage, crit chance, and SMG damage. Here we are with the 188 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. Definitely check it out for all your PvE builds. Let me write this down here. Plus 3% damage to elites. Camp. Alright. Oh, look at this. We got the 265 right here. So this is actually a little bit better here. Stamina, Camp Hudson. Stam. 265. 1%. Crit. At Hudson. So far, that's looking good right there. I'll probably have to come back. Yeah, I'm telling you. Alright, let's go check the gear vendor out here if I can get off that wall. Wait a minute. I just did that. I just did them both. God almighty, look at me. Losing my mind, y'all. I'm losing my mind. Alright, from here, I'm going to jump back up here to the cavern real quick, because I will completely bypass that one. I forget about it all the time. Also, if you are on PlayStation 4, maybe you're new to the game, still going through levels 1 through 30, and you're struggling, having a hard time with anything, please hit me up. Leave a comment below. Send me a message. You can find me on Twitter also. Instead of Agent TSwandol, it's just TSwandol, @TSwandol. I do have another character that's very low level that I keep just for the purpose of anybody that's wanting to go through the game. I'd be happy to run through with you. If you trying to power level a character up, as long as it's not your first character. If it's your first time playing the game, I will not help you power level the game up, or power level up to the end game. You have to experience the campaign. It's so much fun to go through. But if you do have second, third, fourth characters that you're trying to power level up, also hit me up. I do not mind doing that. Or if you just need a buddy to go farming with, the more people the merrier. Also hit me up, and I will have no problem with helping you find the pieces that you need. Alright, we got a pair of Cunning Gloves here. Electronics roll with crit damage, pistol damage, SMG damage. Not really worth the damn here. Alright, let's go down here to 6.5% mobile health cover mod. Alright, let's kick it on over to the meat locker. Ward. 193 firearms, damage to elites. 4%. Okay, now that one right there, that's nice, the ward. I'm going to write that down even though I'll be passing through it here very shortly. What is going on, Thomas? You doing alright tonight, my man? Alright, let's check out and see what we got over here. That is not the right person to see. Let's go to this weapons vendor. We're going to kick down. We've got a military M60E4 with 21% damage to targets out of cover. They've got ferocious, swift, and talented. You know, if you're swift is actually a really good talent to have on an LMG with the long reload times, unless you have the unless you have a Lone Star classified build. Then all you got to do is swap weapons, and they're instantly reloaded. Then we got a heavy spring magazine that comes with 4% crit damage, 5% reload speed, and 9.2% rate of fire. This is actually the one that I was thinking of a minute ago. That's got the higher rate of fire. These are really good with LMGs, and with the the M6, you already got 100 rounds in it, and so you really don't need to put more than that. I mean, 212 rounds, which I'm not gonna lie, I used to do it back in the day, but you know, it's a lot of bullets to have. It'd be better to get that rate of fire up. I think would be the best thing to do. So, all right, we're gonna head over to Madison Stand. We're in the Flatiron District. Alright, we've got some accomplished knee pads. If you're trying to build a farming build, come pick you up some accomplished knee pads. Of course, I wouldn't even have to worry about spending any credits on it, because all you gotta do is just go play any mission and you're guaranteed to get plenty of these. Also got a superior firearms mod with 6% increased kill XP. Another good thing to do if you are trying to build a field proficiency farming character or build or anything like that. These mods are really good for it. You want to get the accomplished knee pads. You want to roll increased kill XP on your minor attributes wherever you can, on your gear pieces, and then throwing these on there with that extra kill XP won't hurt, and before you know it, you'll be racking in the field proficiency mods like crazy. Alright, and then we have a 4% ballistic shield damage mod. This is actually max. This is very good for your D3 builds. I see a lot of people, they want to use the ballistic shield damage resilience and all that stuff. Ballistic shield damage, what it does, it actually is adding 4% to your weapon damage, which is extremely strong. On my D3 build, I actually run all 4 of these, so I have 16% increased damage. So this is a very good one to have. Definitely worth checking out, and I will make a note of this, that way if anybody sees it. 4%. 4% shield damage at mad. Alright. Let's go over to last call. So far this week, last week, we had the Historian was, just God rolled at the base of operations, the terminal, and also at Camp Hudson. This week it seems to be like the week of mods that are being really, really good so far. Alright, let's check out this weapons vendor here. Alright, we got a double barrel sawed-off shotgun with trained, preserved, and sustained. Sustained's not too bad. Definitely would recommend for anybody running any dark zone or PvP or anything like that, to carry the double barrel sawed off. Really, any sidearm that you can get. Double barrel's great because you get 3 talents on it. The one I have I think determined and predatory on mine. So whenever I go melee somebody for the kill, or even there's times with NPCs when I'm just farming that I'll be face tanking with them or whatever, and then I'll run out of bullets in a clip. My clip will run out and their health is just about gone, and I'll double tap triangle real quick, pull out the sidearm, hit them one good time, and I get the predatory and determined. It cools all my skills down by 7.5%. And I'd like to have one with talented on it also. I have one that's predatory talented and one that's determined and predatory. But definitely, if you need a good sidearm, look into getting one of these. They are great just to have. Plus, they put out a high amount of damage to where that finishing blow, if they're down pretty low, you're going to get them. It's going to take them out. Got a high velocity magazine here with 7% crit chance, 4% crit damage, 5.1% rate of fire. Alright, let's keep it moving right along. We're going to go over here to Stewie Vent, to the ward, which kind of got a feeling I already know what's going on here. Looks like we're going to have another, anyone with staying determined and predator. I'm telling you, man, that's a good one too. Yeah, I kind of wanted talented just because electronics aren't as popular now with all the stamina builds and whatnot, and that extra 15% on a few of my builds can lead to me having a little bit stronger of a heal whenever I pop a booster or something like that. See the one I think I got on me right now. Look at that, I didn't even got. Yeah, this is the one that's got talented and predatory. That's the lower one. There we go. That's the one. Oh no, that's a real low gear score. This one's got deadly determined. Oh, I think I got it in my stash. The other one's got determined and predatory on it. Alright, so here at the gear vendor, we've got a nimble holster with decent rolls across the board. A little bit low on the electronics and on the stamina. I would say probably you want to roll your stamina higher in this one, in this meta. Oh, and it's got 4% crit chance on it, which is actually really good to have. So this is not a bad nimble holster if you're looking to run nimble. And here we are with the 193 firearms, 4% damage to elites. This is a really, really good one to have. I'm probably going to come back and pick up some of these for sure. I got some 212. I had, I guess it's been about 2 or 3 months ago. They had one that was 212 firearms and 4% damage to elites. And then at another safe house, they had like a 204 stamina with 4% damage to elites. And I bought a ton of them. And I was going through, I think, my second character, getting rid of a lot of stuff to start moving classifieds over, and I accidentally deconstructed every single one of them except like 2 or 3, and so I have having to start all over on my damage to elite mods. So yeah, it's real fun doing that. Real fun. So yeah, that's really good, and that's a big shout out to my man Razor Tommy down here for giving us the heads up on that one. Alright, coming up to Kip's Pay, we're going to Southpaw. Hope everyone had a very happy new year. I hope 2018 has started off great for everyone, and I really do truly hope everyone has a blessed, prosperous year. 2017, I can honestly say without a doubt, without even flinching, was really probably the greatest year of my life. Those y'all that have gotten to know me over the past few months, I've kind of told my story too, where I live down in Panama City, Florida, big party town. After high school, or when I got in high school, started getting into partying, going out to Panama City Beach, it's right here where I live, spring break capital of the world. Anyway, just, got caught up in a good 12, 13 years of partying, having fun. Reckless abandon, owned a company, so I was making great money, and all come crashing down quite a few years ago when I got myself into a sticky situation, and I had to man up, take responsibility for my actions, and I got sent away. I had to go do years in an institution, and a correctional institution, let's just put it that way. But it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. It opened my eyes, and it got me back on track. And I've been out for a couple years now, but 2017 was a year that really just seen me completely just start to just move forward and get back to that being happy, outgoing, and enjoying life. One thing I do love to do more than anything else is I'm a firm believer in it is better to give than it is to receive. That's why you see on my channel, I'm a very small channel. I have a very small group of friends on here, but I'm very generous. I love to help people out. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get back to what we got going. But anybody that's new here, please feel free to jump in, comment on things. I appreciate raising Tommy, going through, giving us heads up on good things to come. But yeah, man, this is an interactive stream, so y'all feel free to jump in and ask any questions you got, questions about builds, anything you're looking for. So we've got a superior electronics mod of 190 right here. It's got 11% ammo capacity, you know, so if you're running a PvE build and maybe you don't have you couldn't put ammo capacity on your backpack or something like that, don't overlook some of these ammo capacity mods right here. Now, they're not bad. I've actually used them before, like I said, where I didn't have ammo capacity on my backpack, and I had to throw a few of these on, and it gave me just enough to get through till the next restock point. I do like to try a lot of missions on not challenging, but legendary and incursion stuff. I like to try them solo. I've been able to do a couple of them, finish them solo, and then there's some of them where it just got overwhelmed, but you know, that's part of it. All right, we got a 246 electronics mod with 3% skill haste, very low. Skill haste to me personally is still like top notch. As you can see, every one of my mods I run, skill haste mods. It's just I got spoiled in 1.7. I ran skill haste on everything. I always had I had 50% skill haste on pretty much all my builds, and so like when I start seeing cooldown speeds on skills of 30 and 40 seconds, it gets me all nervous. I'm like, oh god. So I'm still big into skill haste. With the classified sets, you know, I can't run a 2-piece tactician like I did with all my other builds pre 1.7, 1.8 were like 4-piece Banshee, 3-piece tactician, or Predator tactician, Alpha Bridge tactician. It was just, you know, the 2-piece tactician to get that skill haste was a must. Hell, I ran a 3-piece tactician a lot too, because some of them builds you run that 4-piece Banshee, 3-piece tactician, and it was a beast, man. It really was. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got a classic FAL. This is a gun I don't ever see anybody use. I've actually used it a few times. It's something you got to get used to with the burst fire, but this is a very powerful gun. It hits hard. It's got burst damage like crazy. Think of the burst fire on an MP7, just how powerful that first, you know, burst is, and put that into an assault rifle, and that's what you have with this. You could say, I got an Elvoa that does 23k damage, you know, and I guarantee it won't hit as hard as that one. Like I said, it takes a lot of time to get used to the gun, but it's not a bad gun. And the 3-round burst, it does make the gun extremely accurate, and it packs a punch. Alright, we got a Tyrant Suppressor here with 6.5 crit chance, a little bit of stability, and 6% headshot damage. If you're looking to run more crit chance on it and you want to have a gun that's quiet, and loud vent breaks tend to get all the NPCs to aggro you. Right, we're going up here to the Firewall. We got this one in the crypt left in the light zone, and then we're going to start hitting the DZ vendors. Alright, let's go down here and hit the Firewall. We've got a pair of Savage Gloves. First pair of Savage Gloves I've seen on this reset. 958 on the armor, 1238 firearms. It's got 10% assault rifle damage, 5% health on kill, 15% crit damage. So not too bad if you're looking for a pair of Savage Gloves. You can always put crit chance where health on kill is, or if you want to keep that health on kill and you're looking for something for your SMG, well, then you can roll away assault rifle damage. And to be honest with you, what I've done a few times is when it came to Savage Gloves, I would put not crit chance, I'm sorry, but I would roll in SMG damage where health on kill is, and I'd have assault rifle damage, SMG damage, and then crit damage on it, and that really worked well for me. for a long time, and it really does. You know, instead of just dedicating them to one weapon variant, why not go ahead and put both on it so your primary and secondary both have that hard hitting capabilities. So, okay, nothing on that one. Ain't going to work with that one. And we've got a 6.5 turret duration. If you're trying to get that tactician turret build, you want to keep that turret up a little bit longer, definitely check this one out. You can do turret damage, turret duration mods. Little known fact, it works really well. But if you run a turret and your primary weapon has the talent Ferocious on it, where you get the 10% damage increase to elite and named enemies, whenever you have that on your primary weapon, your turret actually gains that talent also. So whatever you damage your turret does, you can add another 10% from Ferocious on it. So I run that a lot of times when I'm doing any of the incursions or legendary missions. I'll run a turret, and man, that sucker packs a punch. In fact, on my, I'll show you in a minute, but on my classified reclaimer build, I like going down in the underground, and I'll do the 3-phase missions with all 5 directives. I'll do them challenging, and I do it solo. It's time consuming. You will spend some time in there, but you have to run a reclaimer to do that with all this stuff. I mean, you don't have to, but it really helps. And being that I'm running a reclaimer with 10,000 electronics, I'm not packing a hard punch, so I run a turret that does like 10k damage, and then my 2 weapons I use is the Urban MDR and then a Surplus SVD, and it is amazing how hard those hit, man. It's just, that turret just shreds through everything. Alright, this weapons vendor, we have got a First Wave X45, which is a great pistol because of the mag size, with expert and competent. I would actually recommend you picking this one up. You know, I've told y'all about the double barrel sawed-off with Determined, Sustained, and the Predatory on it, but this is also a very nice one to have. I do have one also, and I have Cool-Headed in the slot where Competent is. Cool-Headed is great to get your signature ability back very quick. And then we also have an angled grip, 13% stability, 2% accuracy, 4% crit damage. Definitely good underbarrel to use if you're just getting started with some of the higher rate of fire assault rifles. I know when I first started using the Elvo and the lightweight, I actually ran the angle grip on it for a long time, and it made a world of difference. It was laser beam accurate to me, and then after a while, once I started getting into the PvP aspect of the game, that's when I started switching over to the small grip on it with the more crit damage. Took a little while to get used to, but using that angle grip for the time that I did really got me used to that high rate of fire weapons and learning how to control them better. And so my adjustment from the angle grip to the small grip wasn't that bad compared to if I would have just gone straight to a small grip from the beginning. May have had a lot harder transition to it. So, all right, well, that's gonna wrap up our light zone area. I'm gonna start on the DZ vendors here, but before I do, I'm gonna go through in the base operations dark zone vendor. We've got a 261 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance. In the base of operations, also in the gear vendor, there is a 188 electronics mod and has 3% damage to elites. Camp Hudson has a 188 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. They also have a 265 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance. If you're looking for that Predator's Mark build, you want to get that crit chance up. In the Ward Safe House, we have a firearms mod of 193, and it has a maxed out 4% damage to elites with it. And then in Madison Stands, we have a 4% ballistic shield damage mod, which is a max. If you're running that D3 build, I would highly recommend you run ballistic shield damage mods, not the damage resilience. The damage mods, ballistic shield damage mods, adds that 4% to your base damage on your weapon. So if you run 4 of those, you're doing 16% more damage. And if you're running the classified D3, you really don't need more damage resilience. It already comes with a ton of it. So, all right, so we're going to start up here at the East 64th Street DZ vendor, and I'll go through all these. At the beginning of the video, I kind of made a few points that I've got like 7.2 million DZ funds, which I know is not a lot compared to some people, but there's never anything to buy in here. Never. And now with classifieds being able to drop in the dark zone crates, I tore through all my DZ keys like super fast. I had like 100 and something of them left over from like the previous month. I went through a ton of them too. But anyway, now that they have a chance to drop them, I'll actually go in and buy a bunch. Well, they don't have it at this one, but I'll show you one of the DZ checkpoints. You can buy the consumables cache now that you get like one canned item, one water, one whatever it is, and then at the bottom it can give you between 0 to 3 dark zone keys. I've bought a ton of them, and I've actually never opened one where it didn't give me any. It has always given me something. You know, at least one key, and then, like I said, I can get up to 3 of them. Alright, so we have a 255 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. If you still looking for those skill haste mods, firearm skill haste, this is not a bad one to get until you can find one a little bit better. I think last week or the week before we had a 267 firearms mod with 3% skill haste. And then we have a 5% pulse duration if you're trying to get that pulse to go a little bit longer because maybe you don't have as much electronics as you did at one time. Alright, we're going to move down to East 61st Street. Got a high velocity mag. This goes really good with the LMGs, especially like the M60. It's got 7.5 crit chance, 12% magazine size, 5% reload speed. Get a Tyrant suppressor with 6.5 crit chance and 5.5 headshot damage. Got another angled grip here with stability, optimal range, and reload speed, and a reflex sight of 7.5 crit chance with a little bit of accuracy and stability. Also, I didn't mention in the, I think it's the advanced weapon vendor in the base of operations. It's the one that's by the gun range. There was a mini rugged reflex sight that has 7.5 crit chance, 4% crit damage, and 6% headshot damage, which is, I think, like 0.5 crit chance off of being the max. So let me add that to my list. But the advanced weapons vendor, I believe it is, by the shooting range and the base of operations, has a really good reflex mini sight that you definitely want to go check out if you're looking to get a little bit more crit chance out of your weapons. Let's go down to East 58th Street. Again, if there's anything you're looking for, I'm on the PS4, but I'm sure we have people from all platforms here. Feel free to put in the chats here, you know, any kind of gear you're looking for, weapons, exotics, classifieds. And if you're on PS4 also, I run a farming stream where I'll go in the DZ and I'll farm, and I'll do it live. And if I get a drop from a boss or anything and it's something you need, all you gotta do is let me know you need it, send you an invite, or I'll join you. I'll step outside of a checkpoint, let a NPC kill me until I drop that item for you. We'll help you extract it out of there, and then I'll leave the group and go back to farming. But you can also, you don't have to wait till I do the farming stream. You can go ahead and put request here. Last week I let it be known that I needed a classified nomad mask. That was the only piece I needed, and somebody that was watching the stream said, hey, I just got one. I'm in a DZ checkpoint. And when I finished the stream up, I joined him and he dropped it for me. So yeah, that's another thing I like to do. I like to help people farm. So alright, what do we got here? We got an enduring mask, a rapid chest piece. Rapid, if you it's nice with health, skill, haste, and ammo capacity. Rapid, I used to use it back in 1.5. I haven't used one in a while, but it's really not a bad chest piece to run. A lot of people like to run the Vigorous, which is really good. But if you're running if you're trying to run like a 4-piece with a 2-piece high end, Rapid's really not bad to have if you're running solo to get them healing skills back as quick as possible. We've got a specialized backpack, really nice with 1325 armor. It's rolled to stamina. It's got 9% critical hit damage and 50% ammo capacity. Check it out if you're trying to build some kind of a 4-piece Predator build or something. Accomplished knee pads, again, if you're trying to farm, but you can get those anywhere, so I wouldn't waste DZ funds on them. We got a sturdy holster and some Cunning Gloves. Never wore those. Probably never will. Alright, we're going to shoot over here to the Park Avenue DZ checkpoint. This is actually my favorite checkpoint in the Dark Zone, just because it sells all weapons, and I think since the Dark Zone expansion, I think there's only been one time on a vendor reset, just one time, that every item in there was trash, and I think that was last week, to be honest with you, but usually there's always at least one weapon that's good in here, so... Let's see here. Alright, we got the X45 pistol, and it's got skilled on it. Converted USC. This little sucker hits hard. It's got 22.5 crit chance with destructive, accurate, and ambusher. Yeah, I don't know. This one would be a good one. I'm not a big fan of ambusher. Okay, here we go. We got a police M4, 23% enemy armor damage with focus, talented, and unforgiving. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I love the way that gun looks, but... To me, out of all the M4s, this one, the Police M4 and the Liberator are the most unstable. Got a Marine Super 90 with Sustained, Ferocious, and Meticulous. Love Meticulous on my shotguns. And it's got 335% stagger to it. SRS A1 with 169 headshot damage with Toxic, Unforgiving, and Trained. I don't know about Unforgiving on sniper rifles. And then we've got a Military MK46. 21% damage to targets out of cover with Skilled, Vicious, and Deadly. So not too bad on there, but not as good as it usually is. So we can go over here to the East 53rd DZ06 checkpoint. Saturday is my one day off each week from work, and so I like to get up. I usually try to do an early morning stream. I wake up early because of the work I do too, and then just plus I'm just kind of I get up early. I'm up at like 3:45, 4:30 every morning. Even tomorrow on my day off, I'll probably sleep in until like 5 a.m. But I like to get up, and I usually do an early morning stream, which is usually just like DZ farming. And then tomorrow I got me a PS4 camera. I'm going to try to set it up tomorrow so that everybody can see my ugly mug. And if I freak everybody out and I lose a lot of subscribers, then I'll probably just like face it towards my cat or something else. Liverpool poster or something I got. Any damage to elite stamina mods? I saw the electronic and fire ones. Let me see here. Not yet, my man. We've got electronic one and two firearms ones. So far I haven't seen any, but yeah, I guess we're not gonna have any. There's no purple mods here in the DZ, so nope, not this week. I wish there was, but there wasn't. But until you get some stamina ones, you can always go pick you up a couple of them other ones. Wise Assassin, there's my man right there. What's up, T? Anything good tonight? As a matter of fact, there is. Tonight is the night of mods. I want to give another big shout out to my buddy right here, Wise Assassin. He is the one that I told you last week when I mentioned that I just needed a classified Nomad mask. He came right out and said, I got one. Come get up with me. So big shout out to this man right here. So tonight, and the base of operations, the weapons vendor that's by the gun range, we've got a rugged mini reflex sight with 7.5 crit chance, 4% crit damage, 6% headshot damage. Base of operations Dark Zone vendor, we've got a 261 stamina mod, and it comes with 1% critical hit chance. At the gear vendor in the base of operations, we have a 188 electronics mod, superior one, of course, with 3% damage to elites. And at Camp Hudson, we also have another firearms superior mod of 188 with 3% damage to elites. And then we have at the same place, Camp Hudson, we have a 265 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance. At the Ward Safe House, we have a 193 firearms mod with a 4% damage to elites, which is a max on that. And then at Madison Stands, we have a 4% ballistic shield damage mod, which I would recommend running the D3, put 4 of them on, and that ballistic shield damage adds to your weapon, your SMG, so you could have a total of up to 16% extra damage. So tonight's kind of the night of mods, to be honest with you. Alright, so here we are in the DZ06 East vendor with the MP5 ST. It's got 21.5 crit chance on it, which is nice. Capable, self-preserved, and hurried. Yeah, definitely not the best. Hurried, though, hurried's a great talent. Anybody that doesn't run it should definitely give it a chance. It is a beast, especially in PvP with the MP7. Man, or with the D3 build, you have hurried on it, man. You got that 1 second reload, and you are shredding stuff. All right, we got a recovered holster here. It's got a major attribute of health, 7.5% support station range, which is really nice. If you're running that reclaimer, you really don't have to have the support station healing speed, because it already has the 50% healing speed added to it. So I think you have like a 3 second revive time on it. So on mine, I like to run the support station duration and support station range mods. We've got a high velocity mod with crit chance, magazine size, and crit damage, which is really nice. And here are these consumable caches I was talking about that have the dark zone keys in them. Now that the dark zone crates have a chance to drop classifieds, I have burned through every one of mine, all hundreds and whatnot of them. So I'll come in here and I'll buy some of these. I've got all these. I've got 7.2 million dark zone funds that I'm not going to do anything with, because they rarely have anything all that great. So what I do is I come through here and buy a couple of these. Come over here and open a couple up. You get all the soda, the water, and all that good stuff. 1 dark zone key. You can drop up to 3 of them in it. You know, if you got a bunch to burn, why not do it? Go in there and get them classifieds. And 1. So I didn't get a bunch. I got 3 total, but that's fine. Like I said, it says it can drop 0 to 3, but I haven't had a chance yet where I haven't opened one that didn't have any in it, so that's nice to know. Alright, let's roll on down to the East 46th Street vendor in DZ05. Hey, we got manhunts out there. Yeah, we got the manhunts. Tell you what's crazy, since Rogue 2.0 has gone on, I think I've went manhunt a couple times, 2 or 3, and I've cleared it each time. 1 time ranked 4, and then 2 times ranked 5. Opened up all my manhunt caches for surviving it. Never got a single classified or exotic out of surviving the manhunt caches, but I've opened a bunch of the bounty ones for killing manhunts, and I tend to get classifieds and exotics out of them all the time. Hey, we want to be ready for the Alpha Bridge meta again. Next global event is going to be fun. Yes, it is. Alpha Bridge meta, yes and no. It's going to be great for the solo player. In fact, during the PTS, I got a video on my YouTube channel here of me running the Alpha Bridge, and yeah, it's an absolute blast to run. The thing about the Alpha Bridge, though, you get the little, the mini signature skill. If you read it on there, like, it can last up to 8 seconds or something. I've really been trying to get classified. Nomad D-pads is the only piece I'm missing. I always get nothing. That sucks, man. Are you on PS4, my man? Hella? Are you on PS4? If you are, then we'll try to go out and get them for you. But yeah, so the Alpha Bridge build. If you want to get the most out of the mini tack links or the mini signature skills, you want to try to have your build. It says that if they're all... if all your skills or all your categories are even, then it can last up to like 6 or 8 seconds, and then the more uneven or unbalanced your attributes are, then the shorter that the little signature skill is. And so really you want to try to run a build where you're running roughly 5,000 firearms, stamina, and electronics, and then you'll get the most out of it. You'll have it lasting the longest time. But I got a video of me doing that. I think I did it in the DZ, and I even have one down in the underground or something. Super fun though, man. It's great. Every time you kill somebody, you get a tack link or a survivor link or a recovery link that goes off. So alright, let's see what we got here. And hell, I see you down there, man. Shoot me send me a friend request on PSN. It's just TSwandol, TSWANDOL. Shoot me a friend request. I'll accept it, and we'll try to get you some classified Nomad knee pads. Or if there's anybody watching this right now that's in the DZ farming, and you happen to have a pair on you that you don't want, man, I would greatly appreciate it if you don't mind shooting them a message or an invite or something. I like to do that, and I'll walk outside, let an NPC kill me, and it'll drop the gear. It's an easy way for you to share stuff with people that you're not in a group with. Alpha was my favorite run back in the day. It was. Yeah, on the PTS, it was fun to run it. I'm right there with you. All right, we got a First Wave M1A. I love this gun. I've been using it since the day I've been playing the game. It looks awesome. It sounds awesome. I know it was like one of the most powerful weapons in the game at one point, and they nerfed it, but I still have one that I love because of its accuracy and rate of fire. It is just a cool-ass gun. We just got 152 headshot damage with sustained, adept, and swift. Got another pair of Savage gloves here, 931 on the armor. It's got a great 1270 electronics roll with SMG damage, enemy armor damage, and pistol damage, so it's kind of a freaking letdown. But if you're looking for a PvE SMG, you can always pick this one up and then put crit damage where your pistol damage is. 7.5% mobile cover health. Don't really see that many people use it that much unless they're running Deadeye. Small grip with 17% crit damage, reload speed, and accuracy. Of course, more of our caches here. So we're going to go ahead and move on down to the next checkpoint here, which is going to be... Let me not join somebody's group here. I hate when that happens. Come on. There we go. East 42nd Street down in DZ03. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. When I first did my very first live vendor reset, I was real nervous, I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, man, I'm just afraid that people aren't going to sit here and watch it for like an hour, hour and a half. Turnout's been great. I get a lot of positive feedback. People saying, man, it's awesome that we can play the game. We don't have to. I've had a few people say, man, I only get like an hour a day to play, or, you know, an hour every couple days to play. And, you know, I really don't have time to go to every vendor. Whenever I get on, and I just want to play the game. And then on the other hand, when they watch vendor reset videos from some of the content creators out there, they don't get a good idea of exactly what's out there. They just get an idea of what that person deems to be good pieces. But this way, you know, there might be that piece that you're looking for, and it might not be a very popular piece, but it's one you need, and so this way, maybe I can come across it, and you can see it that way, and not interrupt any of your game time, because if you don't have long to play, I want to make sure everybody gets all the time in they can. I'll do all the other work for you. Alright, got a hunting, let's see, what do you recommend to farm to get classified gear? Heck, what do you personally, me, I run the DZ. That's, to me, that's been, I get the most classified gear running the DZ. I've got a lot of people that say that for them, it's a cross between Resistance and the Dark Zone. The Underground, I've seen a lot of people get it in the Underground. I get more exotics in the Underground than anything else. I get a lot of Devil Hill, Big Alejandro. I haven't got a house in the Underground. I get a bunch of them in the Dark Zone. Not a bunch, but in the past week or so, I think I've got like 3 houses in the Dark Zone. This is my first time seeing your channel. No need to be nervous, man. You're doing everyone a favor who doesn't want... Oh, yeah, no, I'm not nervous. I appreciate that, Cody. I really do. No, I'm not. Like, one thing about me, I am a very outgoing, social person. Not nervous, like being nervous about doing it. I was just kind of nervous, like, man, is this going to do good, or is it going to be a complete failure, you know? But it's been positive, man. I love it. No, I definitely not nervous, man. Anybody that you know, or anybody that I've known on here for a while can attest that I am not nervous. I'm a goofball. I love to make people laugh. That's just me. That's my personality. That's how I've always been. Yeah, definitely. I've got videos. I'm thinking about posting a few of them. I've got videos of me running down in the lower DZs with my headset on, proximity on, just going through, just acting like a fool down there. And it's funny because I'll usually get like 30 or 40 invites of people in the Dark Zone just laughing their ass off at me. Yeah, definitely a class clown. Love to make people laugh. Hex, same with me, man. I was mostly a solo player. First game I played, man, in 18 years. This is right here. I played Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1 back in like 98. And then right after that, I entered high school. And living down here in Panama City Beach, Florida, which is like the spring break capital of the world, I kind of got away from the gaming scene and got into the partying scene. I've always been a beach bum type kid, surfing, skateboarding, growing up. But when I hit high school, it was like game on, man. Game on. I was solo until I met TSwandol. That's what I'm talking about. This right here is my dog right here. I got 2 guys that were like my first 2 people to subscribe, and I'll never call people subscribers. I always call them my friends. But we got Rounds Per Minute here, a.k.a. Jen, and then my buddy Dukester. These were like the first 2 guys that subbed to my channel and have really been like my top friends on here. I mean, I'm just like, I can always count on them. to run with me. We have fun. We go on manhunts. We just have fun, you know. We go out and act like fools. We'll die a bunch of times, but we have fun doing it. Yeah. Let me get through some of these. I don't want to get people. I'm going to ramble too much. But long story short, this game, man. When I first joined it, this is for XX here. When I first seen a preview for this game on YouTube, I went out and bought a PS4 the next day in the Division, and I hadn't played games in 18 years, man, and I freaking sucked at it. I think I was like a level 8 or 9 before I knew you could put a damn extended magazine and a scope on your weapons. But like every time I would try, and I started playing right at the end of 1.2. It was like I started playing like a week or two before 1.3 came out. And every time I would do a matchmaking, because I'd do a level that was just too hard, and people were like, man, just try it. A few friends that I have at work were like, man, just try to do matchmaking. I would do it, man, and when players would see that I didn't really know what I was doing, man, they would kick me from the group. They would be like, man, you need to just quit playing this game. You're wasting people's time and all that. And I had made a promise to myself, man, that if I ever got decent at the game, that I would never decline an invite from somebody that's, you know, trying to play the game. And to this day, that's how I am, man. If I'm in a safe house, you know, doing whatever after a mission, and somebody sends me an invite and they're below level 30, if they're still in that, you know, going through the campaign of the game, unless I'm in a group with somebody, I will never decline an invite from someone. I will accept it. And if they're just looking for help or whatever, I'll accept their invite, get a friend request. I'll log into one of my other characters that is a very low-level character, and I will go through the game with people. You know, I'm not going to help them just get through the game real quick and farm it for them. But I love to help people, you know, show them how to do builds and stuff, because for me, I didn't understand all this, the little RPG aspect of this. But once I finally got it and it clicked for me, I just kind of fell head over heels in love with this game, and I've always looked to give back to the community. This game has really given so much to me, and so the least I can do is give back, teach new players. You know, if we don't help teach the new players of the game, then how's the game going to sustain? You know, it's not going to sustain on the player base we have right now. We have to continue to get people in, and I've never seen a game like this, man. This is the most amazing game I've ever seen in my life, and so yeah. So there's a little rundown of me. Hex, definitely send me a friend request, man, on PSN, TSwandol. You won't have to worry about being a solo player no more. Which, hey, I still go through solo. I still have fun doing it. But, yeah, man, we got a tight little community here, and we love to go run through and help each other farm, look for items for each other. It's just what we do, man. You know, it's just a game. No point in having 7 houses. You know, if you get some, in fact, the other day I was going through the DZ and I got back-to-back landmarks. I got a house on one and then a big Alejandro on the next one, which I have both weapons already. And so I was over by an extraction. I seen 2 players over there, and I went up to them. I put my mic on. I was like, "Hey, man, any of y'all want a house for Big Alejandro?" And it was funny at first because they're like, "Dude, something, you know, yeah, I see you, Cody. I definitely got you." Yeah, when I told these dudes, like, I got a house in Alejandro, y'all want it? They're like, man, something's not right. It's a trap. He's probably got friends around. I was like, no, really. Here, watch. And I let an NPC kill me. And both of them dropped the house in Alejandro, man. It was so funny, their reaction. It was just like, how? They're like, man, that is so nice of you to do that. And like I told them, I was like, I already have a house in Alejandro. You know, there's no point in hogging a ton of them. There's a lot of people out there that really want this. So, what you do now, XX, like I said, just make sure you send me a friend request. Cody, I've seen yours. As soon as I get done with this, I will accept it, my man. All right, I got a military M870 right here with 333.5 on the stagger. Comes with sustain, fierce, and capable. Hey, Bauer, what's up, my man? It is going good. I think you got a YouTube channel. I think I've seen you before, Bauer. Got a tenacious mask, 3.5 on the crit chance, really low on the firearms. Here we got a 257 stamina mod with 2939 skill power. Not the highest on the skill power, but if you're looking for that stamina with a little skill power until you get some better ones, it's one to check out. Another heavy spring here. Alright, we're going to move on down to the next one, and this is going to be the DZ01 checkpoint, East 31st Street. While I'm going, I'm going to give a rundown of everything so far that's been good. Base of operations, advanced weapons vendor, I think it is, by the gun range. We got a rugged mini reflex sight with 7.5% crit chance, 4% crit damage, 6% headshot damage. The Dark Zone vendor in the base of operations has a 261 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance. Yeah, Bauer, I was going through YouTube one morning, and I seen one of your videos, and I sat there and watched it and enjoyed it. Got a good video. Y'all check them out, man. I think you're from Canada too, right? I got really sharp memory, by the way. But you got good stuff out there. I've watched you do some Last Stand and stuff like that. Man, how's my Friday's been great. I work six days a week, and Friday is my Friday. So, yeah, I'm doing the division. This is the best Friday night there is. I'm off tomorrow. I'm going to play it all day, and then get ready for hell to start on Sunday again. But anyway, so we got a stamina, 261 stamina, 1% critical hit chance, and the Dark Zone vendor in the base of operations. In the gear vendor in the base of operations, we've got a 188 electronics mod with 3% damage to elites. Camp Hudson, we've got a 188 firearms mod with 3% damage to elites. We also have at the same one at Camp Hudson a 265 stamina mod with 1% critical hit chance. We've got a firearms mod of 193 with 4% damage to elites, which is max on that, on the damage to elites, and that's at the ward. And then at Madison Stand, we have a 4% ballistic shield damage mod for all your D3 mods. Bauer, I'm definitely going to sub your channel. Thank you, my man. You already got one from me. I appreciate that, though, bud. I really do. Alright, we have got a Black Market T821 here, 19.5% crit chance. It's got Sustain, Determine, and Hurry. Got an inventive backpack. Love that backpack. I used to run it with my tactician build. Everybody said Specialized, which Specialized is good, but I actually enjoyed this one when I was running my one-shot sticky bomb, and then my turret seeker build was great, man. It was so much fun going through challenging missions and literally not having to fire a shot with my gun. Yes, I am, my man. I'm on PS4. TSwandol, just regular TSwandol, TSWNDOL. We've got a 259 firearms mod with signature ability resource gain. Osprey 45 suppressor with accuracy, crit chance, and optimal range. It's really not been all that great, man. I'm telling you, that's why until they fix these DZ vendors, I would highly recommend, if you don't have a ton of Dark Zone keys, go buy them consumable caches, man. Get some DZ keys, go in there and start opening them crates, because they'll drop the classifieds now. And I'm going to give you all a little hint. I went and opened one. Where was it? Going to see your friend cost for something. Yeah, I'm definitely down with that, Bauer. I am 100% down with it. So a couple weeks ago, or last week it was, I did, where is it at? Pop up. There it is, this landmark. The Plaza. I was with the group, we ran through, we did the Plaza, I went and opened the Dark Zone crate there, and got a classified Lone Star holster. Well, like 5 minutes later, we had another guy join the group, and it transferred us to another server, and as soon as we did, we were right here doing the Palace. Well, as soon as we transfer servers, the Plaza was activated again because we're on a different server. So we just went right back and did it again. I went and opened the Dark Zone crate in that one since we're on a new server, and it gave me another Lone Star classified holster. And so I haven't tested the theory, but I wonder if you get a classified out of a crate, I wonder if you could transfer servers and that same crate will have a classified again. Don't know. That's where I get all my good shit from. I'm telling you, they used to have straight crap, man. Now they've actually got decent stuff. Most of the time, the only time I used to use the Dark Zone keys were up here on the leaderboards. There it is on the monthly one. It says loot lock chests. Like, I would literally have 200 or 300 Dark Zone keys. And then the second that one of these two things had loot lock chests on it, I would go through and open up every key or every Dark Zone crate I could. And 99% of the time, I never picked up any of the stuff. I just did it to get the credit for the leaderboard thing, which put me in tier 3 every time, which is, a guaranteed exotic. But yeah, I burned through them all, and it was like 2 weeks ago, they had it on the weekly one, and I went and opened one, and bam, I got a classified out of it, and I was like, what the hell? And my buddy was like, yeah, man, they made it to where they can drop classifieds now, and I was like, okay, well, and I'm serious, man, I've like burned, in the past month or so, I think I've burned through like 350 keys total or something. So now I just buy all the consumable caches and, get them all from there. Alright, so we've got a M700 Carbon. It's got a low 143 headshot damage, fierce, destructive, and elevated. Definitely pass on that one. Like that. I like the carbon. It used to be my favorite bolt-action sniper rifle, but the custom M44, hands down, is my favorite bolt-action sniper rifle. I've got a resourceful backpack. It's got good armor, 1314 on it, 1232 on the electronics. All healing applied to you is also applied to your skill objects. I tell you what, the resourceful backpack, I think the one time that I've seen this thing be the most useful was when everybody was doing the Last Stand healing glitch and just freaking getting a ton of, like, ranking up so fast. Everybody was running out. I want to say that was what they were running, the resourceful. Alright, we've got a 262 stamina with signature ability resource gain. Small grip with crit damage, stability, and optimal range. Man, it's just this. Tell you what, this vendor reset has literally been the week of all mods and stuff, because there has just not really been crap on weapons or really any good gear. Maybe that'll change. Maybe we'll get something really good on one of these last ones here. Alright, we got an Marine Super 90, 314 on the stagger with trained, responsive, and accurate. A forceful vest. Yeah. One of the most useless attributes in the game, all resistance. It would be good if it had higher numbers, but when you're looking at 2 and 4%, it's trash. I got a 45 suppressor with accuracy, crit chance, crit damage. So, yeah, we're continuing a trend of not shit tonight. Pardon the language. Pardon the language. I'm trying to keep this PG-ish. PG-ish. What mods do you recommend for the house? Again, it depends on the build you're running. Mine, I've got a Pro Red Dot with 19% crit damage, 3% crit chance, 6% headshot damage. Run the Loud Vent Break with the same thing, 19% crit damage, 3% crit chance, 6% headshot damage. My small grip, I actually have a couple that are better than this. I don't know why I don't have it on, but it is what it is. But I got crit damage, reload speed, and accuracy. And then on my extended mag, I'm running mag size, crit chance, and rate of fire on it. I know a lot of people say crit damage on it, but let's see here. So this is, oh, wrong one. So I'm going to show you my house just the way it is right now. 38% critical hit chance, 110 on the crit damage. It's really not bad. So yeah, I mean, I like to run, because they come with the high crit chance on them now. I like to stack in as much crit damage as possible, and then I do still, like I said, like you've seen there, add that little bit extra. Yeah, I just seen it bar. As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna accept it up. But I like to have a little bit of crit chance on that magazine. You know, I like to get it up high. It works best for me. Another thing I'm gonna tell you right now, Vicious. Now that this new meta is stamina, Vicious is so important. I've got this one I like to use. Yeah. Firearms mods with the health. I haven't seen any firearms mods with health yet right now. T, you're popular today. Thanks, Ev. Making me blush. So my Elvoa here, I love this for most of my builds. Right here showing 28.5. What build do I have? That's saying it. Man, I got one of my builds in my Predator build. Yes, my Predator build. So when I run this Predator build, check out what my Elvoa has on it. Just base. 36% critical hit chance, 101% crit hit damage. I've seen people say, man, you want to get up to like 115 or whatever on the crit damage. Doesn't matter, man. I got 36% critical hit chance on an assault rifle, and that's without a pulse or anything. That is amazing. I'm telling you, Vicious is so good. So good. I've been playing around the Predator Mark build here. You see so many people running it like this. I only have 250 firearms with 2,000 health. Weak mods. I mean, it's, you know, it is what you got until you get something better. Do you not, in the base of operations, have you never bought the firearms mod blueprint? Because that's where a lot of mine come from. I would just go craft a ton of them, See, I got stamina health ones here. I think these are I got a 264 firearms with 3,015 health. Most of them, like I said, are all going to be skill haste. That's for the majority of them. I love that skill haste, man. I like having the shorter cooldowns. I'm a sucker for it. Yeah, I've got a ton of these. Yeah, last week they had the 266 stamina, 1% critical hit chance. Yeah, but I don't have any luck crafting mods. You know how many people I've heard say that? It's not about luck. It's about having crafting materials. And when I say I've crafted a bunch, like, I'm talking, I'll sit there and craft 300 or 400 in one sitting just to get four mods that I need on a set, you know. But I'm to the point now where I don't even sell any items anymore. I deconstruct everything. So I went from having like 1 billion credits down to, I think I'm around 600,000 or something, or 600 million now. Let me see. Yeah, I've got 603 million regular credits, so that's why I just go through it. Play materials. Yeah, I know how that goes. Alright, let me hit these last couple real quick. Alright, we got a military SA-58. It's another one of the guns that people don't like to use, they sleep on. Kind of like the FAL. Really powerful, man. This thing is real. I mean, look, I got 4,000 firearms, and the thing's got 23k damage on it. Unforgiven, sustained, and capable. This is a really good gun. And this is actually a gun that a buddy of mine ran a build with Focus on it. And man, it was awesome. If y'all want to see some amazing build videos, I mean, just to me, in my personal opinion, top tier. Check out Felix the Other. He has got build videos that are amazing. He's a good friend of mine. He's the one that actually helped me get my channel started. You know, he's given me some shout outs and publicity that sent some people my way that kind of got me rolling, on my feet and rolling. But check him out on YouTube. He's got great videos. Felix the Other, and then he live streams on Twitch pretty much every day. Awesome videos, man. Awesome videos. Definitely can help your game go to the next level, and kind of give you some builds that are so fun to run. I mean, he's got builds on every gear set in the game, combinations of gear, you know, different sets put together. Just a lot of really fun builds to run. So check him out, Felix the Other. All right, we have got a 263 firearms mod with 1% critical hit chance. That's actually a decent one, so I'm going to write that one down on here in case anyone asks. Firearms, 263, 1% crit. And I am at, where am I at? DZ02. Yeah, but what road is it on? I get in West 34th Street. West 34th Street. Alright, so we got the firearms mod, and then another high velocity with crit chance, rate of fire, and reload speed. Right, let's shoot up to the next one here. West 39th Street, DZ03. Burning through plenty of material. Yeah, the crafting, it's been a touchy subject with me. Like, when I first got it, I guess the game was in a spot where nobody crafted, and I never did. But one thing I did when I first started playing the game is, anytime I was anywhere and on my little mini-map I seen something that I could go open a box or anything, I always did. A guy that I work with, who likes to play games, man. Like I said, I could never find anybody to play with. People told me I sucked at the game, would kick me from groups when I first started playing. He had a PS4, and he said, man, he's like, when I get a little bit of extra money, I'll go buy the game, and me and you'll play, you know. And I was like, screw that, dude. I'm not going to sit around and wait. So I went out and bought him a copy of the game, too. And he used to laugh at me, and we'd go through playing missions, and I'd be like, hold on, man, there's fabrics over here, there's electronics over, you know, electronic pieces over here and stuff. He's like, dude, you're wasting your time. This game it's got shitty crafting to it. He's like, you're just wasting your time. Well, joke was on him, because when crafting came in, I was maxed out on everything, and it kind of worked in my favor. So, alright, here we are. We have got a enhanced PP-19 with 20% critical hit chance. It's got Swift, Sustained, and Hurried on it. So definitely probably want to roll Swift away on this one. Be a pretty good build to run with the D3. You know, if you got enough to unlock Predatory, it'd be nice to have Predatory, Sustained, and then of course Hurried on it, and you could have a D3 build where you're pretty much just staying alive the whole time. Which, if you build that build right, you're going to stay alive the whole time anyway. Sturdy holster. got a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod. I'm going to write this one down. This is actually a good mod to have, especially if you're running the... if you're running like a Predator build or something and you're trying to get more crit chance and crit damage out of it, you can roll crit chance like on your mask and holster. I know a lot of people that don't even run an overdose heal. They'll run a support station and blow it up for that little heal. When I do it, I run a first aid heal and I run a support station to blow up. But I've seen a lot of people run the pulse, and it's a really small pulse. It's not very strong, but they add more of those crit hit damage mods to it, and it definitely makes it a little bit stronger. So 2% crit damage. Alright, we got another rugged mini. I wouldn't recommend this one at all because we got a really good one in the base of operations, but this has got 7.5 crit chance, a little bit of accuracy and stability on it. Alright, so it's West 39th Street, and we're going to head up to West 42nd Street. This weather. I do that all the time. Forget to hit the confirm travel. Tell you what, this weather's killing me down here. Bauer, I'm sure you don't know how I feel. I'm down here in Florida, but we've got a cold front, and it's been brutal, man. This morning it was 28 degrees Fahrenheit, which to me is like, you might as well say that's negative 28 degrees Fahrenheit because it is ungodly cold to me. I mean, we had a little bit of ice on the ground. It's crazy. It's crazy. Alright. Oh, this is like the coolest looking gun in the game, and I love it. In fact, I bought on the internet, you know, when they had the little statue that came out of the Dark Zone agent. I almost bought it, which I still plan on getting one. But as I was like going through looking at ones, I found this company that make these these like lifelike dolls. They're 12 inches tall, so they're like a 1/6 scale. But it's called the Dark Zone agent. I bought this thing. It was like $185. Comes with million little pieces, but you literally have an agent that you put all the gear on, mask, you got the backpack, it gives you the little contaminated bag for the Dark Zone. But anyway, it came with a pistol, and then it came with this gun right here. Well, it came with the Vector 45 ACP, which is freaking, I love the Vector, man. It's such a cool ass gun. So yeah, I actually own a couple of these. Don't really use them that much, but just look at it. That is just a cool ass looking gun. So this one's got low crit damage with 19%, or crit chance with 19% critical hit chance. It's got skilled, brutal, and destructive. Definitely, you know, one if you're looking for one, it'd probably be better on the PvE side of things. Brutal's actually a really good talent to have on these. Brutal, deadly, or awesome on SMGs, and the reason why Brutal's so good on an SMG is because of the fact that they're so easy to handle. They got laser beam accuracy. Got a pair of Prosperous knee pads. Isn't it funny that you got really good like Savage gloves, nimble holster? There's a couple different kind of high-end chest pieces that are really good. Same with the backpack, same with the mask, refreshed, tenacious, and all that, rehabilitated. And then you get to the high-end knee pads, and you get Accomplished and Prosperous. And it's like, really? It's like, why is there no other good knee pads in the game? They both suck. 4.5% pulse duration. If you're trying to get you a pulse build, maybe get the pulse duration to last. If you want to get your pulse duration up to last the entire time of your cooldown too. That's what my tactician build is. I have a... my pulse has I think a 17-second cooldown, and the duration is 20 seconds, so that's really nice. Quick release, if you get that LMG and you're not worried about, maybe you're running the Big Alejandro or the MG5, where you've already got a high rate of fire and you're just looking to get that reload speed. I know the Big Alejandro, I think, has a 5-second reload speed to it, so it's really slow. It's one you definitely want to check out. Alright, where are we at next? West 46th Street, up in DZ05. Alright, we're getting down to the last one. We got this one, and the next one will be the last two. Like I said, I don't, during the streams, I don't go to the safe rooms in the DZ, but I do go to them, and I'll go through them here in a little while, and if there's anything good, it'll be added to the comment section or in the description or something like that. I'll come back and add it in. First wave X45. Oh, there it is, right here with Cool Headed. We had one a couple weeks ago in the Park Avenue vendor, and I bought it. Highly recommend everybody to buy this, or just really any pistol for that matter, and put Cool Headed on it. It's really good to where when you have your signature skill go off, I love when it does happen. I can just go somewhere in a corner where there's some NPCs, switch over to this and just headshot them. You don't want to spam the headshot because it does have like a 0.3 second cooldown between each cool-headed shot to proc, and so you don't want to sit there and just spam the trigger. You just hit it, wait a second, hit it, wait a second, hit it, and you'll 20 shots and you got your signature ability back just like that. Hey, firearms. Well, you got a 250 firearms with 2,000 health. Here's a 238 firearms with 2,900 health. So it's still really low, but maybe a second or third one to throw on. It's got more health than the one you got. Just ain't got more firearms. Here we are with another Tyrant Suppressor. 7% crit chance with optimal range and stability. Alright, going up to West 53rd Street, DZ Vendor. This is actually one of my favorite checkpoints to enter the DZ in whenever I'm farming. Of course, like if I'm going rogue hunting or anything like that, I like to go down to the lower ones, try to get them bounty caches. But when I'm doing farming, I always enter from this one or from like DZ09 or Park Avenue. I've got really good farming routes up here for div tech and name bosses. Hey, look at that, Navy MP5 with really good 22% critical hit chance. Ferocious, meticulous, and skilled. Really? Really? I mean, it's not bad, you know, if you're trying to run a skill build, I guess, to it. But, yeah, out of these three talents, I would have to say, really, you'd want to get rid of meticulous, ferocious, and skilled. It'd be nice if you can reroll 3 weapon talents. Maybe another game. Alright, electronic signature ability, extended magazine with crit damage and rate of fire, not too bad, really low on the magazine size, 111. But if you don't have one with crit chance on it and you need one, there's one you can pick up right there. Oh man, so this has been quite disappointing. That is all of them. Like I said, I will go through the safe rooms in the DZ. If there's anything good in them, I'll add them to it later. But probably not. I found out the ones that usually had the best stuff are this one right here, the 08 safe room. You got 2 different vendors in there, and then the one up here in 09. Is it 09? I think. Yeah, the one right here in 09. Same thing. I think there's 2 or 3 vendors in there. There's a mod vendor, and then upstairs there's a vendor that has gear set items and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's first vendor reset for the new year of 2018, and it definitely wasn't exciting. I don't know if there was any good blueprints. If anybody knows, you know, feel free to add them to the comments, or well, I guess it'll be the comments afterwards. Chat's gonna be closed here in a minute. So I'm gonna go through everything. Base of operations and the advanced weapons vendor by the gun range. We have a rugged mini flex sight, whatever you want to call it. 7.5% critical hit chance, 4% critical hit damage, 6% headshot damage. Base of Operations Dark Zone Vendor has a stamina mod of 261 with 1% critical hit chance. The Gear Vendor in the Base of Operations is running a electronics mod of 188 and it has 3% damage to elites. Camp Hudson has a firearms mod with 188 on it and 3% damage to elites. And also at Camp Hudson, there's a 265 stamina with 1% critical hit chance, which is really good with the Predator build. The Ward Safe House has a firearms mod of 193, and it has a maxed out 4% damage to elites. Madison Stand Safe House has a 4% ballistic shield damage mod, which is max on that. And then in the Dark Zone, the best 2 checkpoints are West 34th Street. We have a firearms mod of 263 with 1% critical hit damage. And then West 39th Street has a prototype performance mod. It's a 2% pulse critical hit damage mod. So definitely the reset of mods and a couple sites. But yeah, all mods really. I mean, it's all, every single one of them mods. That's it. So another one's been shitty. I'm going to start kind of putting it out on my Twitter page and trying to put it in the ear of the devs that after the next global event, when they release all the classifieds, I would really like it if they would like each week have a safe room in the DZ, or a couple ones in the DZ, just the safe room, not the checkpoints, that have maybe a classified item that they'll sell in there. Something that'll rotate through each week. I think that'd be awesome. It would kind of get people to have to start going in the DZ to get to them, and then not only that, it would have to get them to play the DZ to get the funds up to get it. You know, it would be cool if you needed that one piece, like my man earlier said he needed the classified Nomad knee pads. It'd be really cool. You know, you grind for 2 months and you get all these classifieds that you don't need, and then boom, in one of the safe houses, there it is. It's got it. Now you got a week to go get the DZ funds up to get it. All right, safe houses damage, firearms damage to elites. All right, my man, you ready for this, Hex? Camp Hudson. The Camp Hudson, there's two vendors there. You got the weapons vendor, and then back towards the very back is the gear vendor. Camp Hudson has a 188 firearms mod, and it has 3% damage to elites. But the best one of the week, I wouldn't even worry about going that. Find the Ward Safe House, and that has a firearms mod of 193, and it has a max 4% damage to elites. So go buy you a bunch of those. Definitely want to get those, man, for your PvE builds. So, but yeah, people that have asked what's the best way to get the classifieds, personally, in my opinion, it is the Dark Zone. Let me show you this is my DZ extracted stash, right? All my extracted. I have a Heal, Caduceus, Warlord, Thompson, Classified Deadeye, Classified Final Measure Mask, Classified Striker Mask, Final Measure Vest, Ninja Bike, Predator Mark Backpack Classified, Reclaimer Backpack Classified, Banshee Classified, another Reclaimer Classified, Short Bow, Predator Mark Knee Pads Classified, Lone Star Classified, Banshee Holster Classified, Deadeye Gloves Classified, Reclaimer Gloves Classified, D3 Gloves Classified, and I actually just deleted a bunch more, or deconstructed for the div tech, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I have an extremely high drop rate. It's crazy. It's either me, I'll either have it, or if I'm running with my buddy Rounds Per Minute or my homeboy Dukester, usually one of us three it'll be one of us that'll have the high drop rate. And we don't get all bent out of shape about it, because we know that with 3 or 4 of us together, anytime one of us gets something the other one needs, well, we're going to give it to that person. That's how we always are. So if there's ever anything y'all need, please hit me up on Twitter at TSwandol. You can always leave comments on any of my videos here with a way to get a hold of you, and I will contact you. Or if you're on PlayStation, you can send me a PSN message. My PSN name is just TSwandol, TSWANDOL. And I would love to help people farm. If there's incursions or legendaries you're having problems get through, let me know and we'll go through them. Resistance, skirmish, last stand, it doesn't matter. Underground, I've got a ton of directive intel. We can go down there. If you've never got to do a 3-phase challenging mission with all 5 directives, it's a blast. Hit me up. We'll go down there and do it. I'll run a healer. If you've never been manhunt and you want to go manhunt, let me know. I got a great reclaimer build. I'll be the healer. We'll have a group and we'll go out and we'll go get them manhunt awards caches. Since the game came out, I think I've only been on about 15 manhunts. I've died as a rogue many a times, but I've only been on a manhunt like 15 times, and I've never died as a manhunt rogue. I've always either cleared it or had my timer run out on it, so that's pretty cool. It's like every time I get to a manhunt rank, I just like zone in, and I become super focused, and it's like survive. So, but anyway, man, I really appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate everybody stopping in tonight. I will be doing this each and every week, and it usually runs about this amount of time. Anytime throughout it, feel free to leave comments, chat, anything. I will stop what I'm doing. I'll go back to other safe houses. I'll pick up stuff. If you're wondering about a certain weapon and you're not sure about and you don't really want to spend the funds on it, you're kind of iffy, let me know. I've got a ton of funds here. I'll go pick that gun up. I'll take it to the gun range. I'll do some tests with it with all the different gear sets so you can see. On this character, I have the Banshee, Striker, Claimer, Predator, Lone Star, and Nomad. And on my other character, I have all the other sets too. So, again, Thanks to everyone. I really appreciate it. HexX, send me that friend request. I got you, man. We'll run through. We'll get some stuff. Bauer, I'm going to accept yours. Cody, I got yours. I'm going to accept it. Evan, be looking out for me. I'm going to shoot you an invite or join you here in a few minutes. But y'all have a wonderful night. I'm so glad it's 2018. Time's flying, man. Time's flying. Y'all have a good one, and I'll talk at y'all later. Peace.